And you know we back at it again.
Show.
Hey,
PTG.
it's Peep the Game and we back at it again. It's your boy Elsie.
I'm Shalise _ with the melanin.
It's Han Squad. You know, we tapping in.
Hey, yeah, you know what's good with y'all? What's good today?
It's been
What's
a long
going
week.
on, man?
Long, productive
How the
week. as
week
usual.
been, man?
You know me.
Work,
Busy.
work like Rihanna.
Busy. Shit, I work 6 days a week now.
Work.
Shit,
Grinding.
yeah, we grind, yeah.
Grinding. One break at a time. Building.
Mm-hmm.
Grinding, building. And, you know, enjoying life. And,
Yep.
you know, trying to put some game out there in the atmosphere.
That's true. That
To
was
the
not a
universe.
complaint.
To the universe, hell
I'm glad
yeah.
to be working while I'm still young and able.
Yeah, get it while we young and able, definitely.
For
So
sure.
today, man, today's topic is, you know, game has no race, you know. Game has no race. Game, you know, you can't discriminate, you know. So
You
that's
get it
the
from
topic
anywhere.
today.
Yep.
You get it from anywhere.
Anybody.
Anybody.
Red, blue,
any
white,
age,
Red,
green.
blue, white, green.
Say
From a
that.
book, from a, you
Say
know,
that then.
from reading the quote, from reading something on the street sign, you know.
From history.
history.
Any nationality.
Anything.
Any
you feel me?
background.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's true. Any topic. We can extract game from any situation, right?
Exactly. Hell yeah. So let's go ahead and tap on that. Let's I guess we can start off with the biases, you know. We start off with the biases and you know, we can take it from there. The biases.
So real, what you elaborate on the biases. Like what you mean on that?
On that, well, pretty much what I mean is
You
just
threw me
like
for a loop on that one.
Yeah.
on the biases, what I mean is just like the negatives, like what can hinder you, you know? What some type of things that hinder you, you know, when you wasn't receptacle to some game, you know, like the negatives, the biases, you know.
Oh yeah.
I feel like being young, like young and dumb, they say, or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
You ain't
that's
trying to
good.
listen, you know, you think you know
Perfect.
everything.
You can feel like somebody is beneath you, so you
Mm.
won't listen to them.
Exactly.
That's
power.
Like,
yeah.
what you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tell me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get
I'm
you.
above you.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what you ain't even where I'm at.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you know, that's when they say tables turn quick, right?
So enough.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
enough.
a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like somebody's race is inferior to yours.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'm not gonna listen to them.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. That right there was a big major one too, and that was one that I was looking for too. You know, the race. You know, because that's just like the superficial one. You know, it's like somebody
Superficial.
Exactly. You know, you'll see. You know, just a common one. You know, you'll see the white man or the white man see the black man and like, man, you can't do that, man. You ain't.
You can't teach me.
Yes,
to
sir.
do
Exactly. You ain't known for that. You know, because we all got those stereotypical aspects put into us. You know, whether we like it or not. You know, we're groomed that way to a certain aspect or extent. You know,
Right.
so yeah, that's definitely one that I talk upon. Like you know, that's one of the biases. Is like just learning from different cultures and learning from different races. You know,
Yeah, people with different backgrounds.
people with different backgrounds and at
You're
least.
surprised what you learn.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what makes, for the most part, the world go round.
Mm-hmm.
Is each culture
Yeah.
connecting with every culture and everything is connected.
Mm-hmm. Now
Yeah.
more than ever. You
Yeah.
know, now more than ever, especially with hip hop being one of the forefronts of culture and
For
people
sure.
wanting to follow that. You know,
It's overlapping in every
aspect,
aspect, every genre.
Every
genre. It's
spilling
influence.
over.
You might be watching a cat
Influence in the
commercial.
world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Purina child.
Real child. Yeah, we got
Puppy
motherfucking
child.
2 chains in the back.
Yeah, you got 2 chains. Yeah. With the little cat on the thing.
Puppy child.
Man.
Promoting some exquisite homemade cooked cat food.
Gourmet cat
Yeah,
food.
Gourmet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
That made me think about the one commercial with the I forgot the song it is, but it's the white lady.
Yeah.
And she like about 75 years old, but she
Was she
dancing.
Was she dancing?
Yeah, what song is she dancing
I'm
to?
trying to think. What was the commercial? Like, who was it? What brand was it?
Return of the Mac.
Oh, he did. He turned return.
Oh.
It's that one commercial. I think it's either a
Right,
fab-
insurance one or fabric.
it's either a Dorito commercial or a fabric
Okay,
softener.
Okay, fabric softener.
And she dancing though.
She's dancing.
But that made me think like our culture
Mm-hmm.
can show another culture or another race of
Exactly.
people how to have rhythm,
Exactly.
how to move to our tunes.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
because I ain't. You know how some people got. I'm not gonna say white people ain't got no rhythm.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say that.
Hey, I know some black
But
people
they-
in the rhythm too.
Yeah, that
That's what
part.
I'm saying, you know,
But-
every race that ain't got a rhythm.
But our music has a different.
Yeah, vibe, you know.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you know how
Yeah.
they say like with the old school music, like some people might connect better with that than they
Yeah,
do with the
then
music
new-
from today.
Exactly. Exactly.
So-
But you got to meet people where they at.
Exactly, you
For
know,
sure.
and that's a good one right there, Shalice, because it's like because there's a lot of, especially in our culture, I believe that there's a lot of game that's being told in the music, So, as an old school or old head, they come up and they listen to that old, that old soulful
Mm-hmm.
music and music that was, I guess they say real hip hop.
You can skate too.
You could skate too. You could, you got it was more feeling, I guess.
Mhm.
But I beg to disagree, and to agree because it's just like that was their time. That was more what they was going
Agree with you
at
on
that
that
time
one.
in that era, and now in our era at this time, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like they're saying something, but they're saying something to this crowd of people at this time. You know what I mean? So this era of kids or whoever's listening and consuming that music, they're talking to them and they can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really the same thing. It's just a different way that they're spilling out pain or love or any of the other emotions. So you can't knock it because there's game in there. So you can't knock it. That's why you see the E40s, you see the Snoop Dogs, you see the Pharrells, you see the Timberlands, you see the Just Blaze. You know what I mean? And you see all the actors in their different retrospects in their different categories. You see how they're are being considered greats or becoming legendary because they can stand the test of time.
Okay.
And because they can stand the test of time is because
They didn't thrive in different different
Exactly.
decades.
They was
of
hot then and
music.
they still hot now and they still relevant.
Still learning.
It's because they are still receptacle of not being biased of taking the game
And
from a different person that's still like them. You know what I mean?
I love that.
That made me think about when Jay-Z back in like 2007, Jay-Z dropped that Death of the Auto Tune. Everybody was auto
Yeah,
tune.
and everybody said auto tune was off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because T-Pain killed it so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You just
T-Pain came through with it.
Will.
Then Wayne came through with it, and then Jay-Z tried to drop the Death of the Auto Tune, but he couldn't kill it.
Couldn't quite do it.
He tried to
And
drop
you know
it,
what?
he
And
couldn't
now
kill
auto
it.
tune hotter than ever right now to this day right now.
And that's a good point though. Like everybody can't do it though.
Mm-hmm.
Like some stuff just might not be for you. You got to find a different wave or
Mhm.
figure out what works best for you.
That's real.
Exactly.
Jay Z had no business trying to auto tune.
No,
He stick to what he do.
he tried to kill it.
Oh, he tried to.
He made a
down.
song called DOA.
DOA.
Oh yeah.
He
okay.
was against it.
Okay,
Yes,
well,
yes,
what you
yes, I
think-
remember now.
What you think was the premise of that? If him coming out with the DOA.
It was.
Should
It
be
must have been
sorry.
taking over his way. What he was trying to put out.
He was trying to stay.
It was clouding the airwaves. He's
Yeah.
like, we got to get that out of here.
He
I need
wanted to
this up
stick
there.
to the old.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I agree. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Feel me?
He's like, this shit gotta
This
die.
shit gotta die, right?
Yeah.
And the reason when you said that, all that everything you was talking about was correct, but it also spawned another thing, another thought in my mind, and I was like, you know what? That's another aspect where we lack and where we confine to ourselves and are willing to share, that part of the game.
What's that?
And that is the music business. You feel me?
They feel like it's not enough room for more than one.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So when you said that about Jay-Z and putting out the DOA, you feel me? I automatically had correlated that to, T-Pain. And that's when T-Pain was going on his run. And I'm talking about T-Pain was putting out single after single, slap after slap. I mean, he was on a run. You feel me? You know what I mean? Everybody know that era. And, the only thing that hindered him, you know, because I watched some T-Pain interviews, you know, and he tells us what happens during that time, and it was because really nobody was telling him the game. So you got Jay-Z trying to do DOA, that for auto-tune, because, you know, in reality, instead of being, you know, I guess, you know, it's competition, but I guess he was creative in his own way. So I ain't gonna knock Jay-Z. He was creative enough to, hey, I'm gonna come out with a whole DOA shit because everybody's on this auto-tune shit. I'm gonna come out with this. This is my marketing scheme. This is my shit. You feel me? And it just so happened to be at the same time that T-Pain was on the short end of the stick and receiving no game, and had the labels and signed to the labels and saying, hey man, you gotta stop putting out this music, you gotta stop, you know, really dumbing them down. You feel me? Because he was doing so many features. You feel me? Right. He was really one of the ones that kind of, you know, open them doors and made it a norm for that to be done. You feel me? And the from the business aspect of a label, they are going to want to put time on you and stipulations. You know, because a lot can happen in time. You feel me? As an artist, you will want the same principles, but you will want less time with the same stipulations. For example, you want a 10, 15 year span deal for 100 million and 5-6 tapes, right? Over 10, 15 years, right?
Okay. Or
you want the same 100 mil over 5-6 tapes over a 2 year span.
I want 2 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because you can get shelved in 10 and people forget about you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You can't do nothing about it.
Exactly.
You can't move nowhere.
Exactly. And that's kind of like what happened to T-Pain. But in retrospect, what happened was he was putting out so much music. He was on everybody. You know, he was on everybody's songs. He was on the single. He was featuring everybody. He was doing so many features. He had so many hot songs. But it's like when you have all these hot songs, right? And it's from the business aspect. It's just like, damn, you're giving out too much good shit. You're giving out too much shit. From
like
good.
They felt like he was gonna burn out at some point.
Not that they felt like he was gonna burn out. It's just when you know business, it's just like the iPhone, right? They're not going to give you everything feature at once. They're going to spend you all over the
market. They're not going to give you all the game.
Exactly. You saturate the market. It's like,
you done put your eggs. You done put everything out there.
But not so much as that. It's just like from the business aspect. It's like you're putting out all this shit, and this is something that haven't been done.
You know what else
at this time? So they don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? They don't know what's going to happen, so they're used to their norm and their program.
Right.
So he's banging this shit out.
Fuck that.
Exactly. But everything he's banging out is being the fucking number one hit single. It's going gold or going platinum.
You know, 50 came for Lil Wayne for that. He called him an industry hoe because he was doing all them hooks.
Speak on it.
You made me. I'm piggybacking off of what you said from a business aspect, and I'm looking at 50, and I'm like, 50's a businessman.
Exactly. Yes. That's why
Lil Wayne was giving out a lot of free music, doing a lot of hooks around 2007.
The mixtape era was
8.
Yes.
Yeah. And he got on Lil Wayne for that. Because he was doing all them features with everybody.
Exactly. And bringing everybody hot and not really getting the work for it.
He was oversaturating shit. Wayne took over.
He took over. But nigga ain't gonna like that because nigga, you trying to get on. So Wayne on everybody feature, and it's like, how you gonna either have to get on with Wayne?
And that's around the time 50 fell off too, because
his
last shit was
Get Rich or Die. Not really Get Rich or Die.
It was Curtis or
I can't even think.
Shit, I don't know.
When he did the challenge, he did the challenge with Kanye.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know.
I get money, I got.
Yeah, I know.
I run New York. I get it. Yeah. That was it. And then Wayne came out. Wayne
was killing that shit.
You ain't heard of 50 Cent.
I know because 50 was 50 was doing that shit, but 50 was also in his transition of business because he had Lloyd Banks, he had artists underneath him too.
Yeah.
So he was still in that transition of what Jay is, but in that early transition.
To me,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I remember that because that was
still
matter
rapping,
of fact.
but not rapping.
I'm lying. That was 08, 09.
Exactly.
And to me, that's when the music changed. The music changed. 08,
Exactly.
09, it
That's when
changed.
it changed, and that was
That
when.
was the Soulja Boy era.
Yep.
But you know what?
All the way
was
turned
definitely
up.
changing though.
But it was everybody.
It
It was everybody era though too, because
It was turning to
if you're
dance
talking
music.
about 08, you know what I mean? Wayne was still in. You feel me?
Yo, Wayne was in.
That
Wayne been
was
in.
the
Let's
quarter,
just-
so that was like really the takeover. But he was getting hindered
Wayne
to a
ain't never
extent
left.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The music was definitely shifting.
Yeah, but it
Way
definitely
though.
was shifting.
It was
Because you
trying to
remember when Wayne
dance
first came
more.
out, they was like, man, we can't understand this motherfucker. You rapping, you know?
I can understand. Just
I mean, it was back then. I'm just, when he first
Sorry,
came out,
Wayne
and then
fans.
it switched.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's crazy. So
Mm-hmm.
that kind of, to me, yeah, that fall up under the when it comes to game, don't discriminate. Like you can get game from the past,
Yeah.
people in your past. Like
Past,
yeah,
present,
yeah,
future.
past, present, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The younger or the new
Older.
generation.
Exactly.
Even though you might be older or you might
Exactly.
Right.
be more
Man.
seasoned in the
Come
new
on,
generation, you still can get some type of game from them
Right.
because
Exactly.
like
the
you
game
said,
evolves.
they're talking to that audience,
Mhm.
that young audience of today, and that young audience is fresh.
And
they're
understand
fresh.
what
Yeah.
they understand that lingo at that time.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
so,
what you were saying about like the newer generation. They be teaching the older people how to use their phones and
exactly.
work their
Exactly.
phones and work social
Exactly.
media, how to post
And then-
stuff. You
and
know?
then them
How to
and in
record.
turn,
Exactly.
the younger generation, they seeing what came before them, and they creating something new.
Exactly.
They're taking that and they're creating something new.
And
So you
exactly.
have to rock with them.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta rock
you
with
got
them.
to. I mean, unless you want to be left behind, and that's really what we get into is like you got to be receptacle of just knowledge and game in general. You know.
Yeah.
So
Non-biased. Don't
Non-biased,
don't have a
non-biased.
biased eye when it
Exactly.
comes to information.
Exactly.
And that's what we mean by
Game
game.
is
Information.
non-biased.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
and just hear people out. You know. It might be some bullshit, but it might be something in between the bullshit.
You can pick something out of there that's
Yeah.
useful.
Exactly.
Get them jewels.
Mhm.
Get them jewels up out of it. It might be a whole bunch of trash, but it might
It's
be a
something
couple.
that you can pull out of
Yeah,
there.
One man's
jewels.
trash is
Because-
another man's treasure.
Exactly.
So enough.
Because if somebody talking to you, then shit is something that they trying to get to you, or something is trying to get put across. So you might as well listen, and might be something that you was needing at that time. But
Sure.
if you not trying to hear or trying to brush them off, or like, man, I ain't got time for this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the prime example is like the homeless person. I know the superficial is like, oh, you walk past. It's like I don't even know what example it was, but I don't know where I seen it or where I watched it or where I heard
It was the movie Dolomite,
I don't even know.
where he was taking all the homeless people's jokes and like rewriting them and polishing them up, and
See,
then the nigga got
A1,
famous.
And they got famous. So that's
Oh,
that's
yeah?
a great example.
He was
too.
taking all the winos
Yeah,
like
I remember that.
stories.
The
Weird.
wino
Yes.
and he got famous. And didn't get no
Dolomite.
credit. Yeah, so that's one right there.
Oh,
You
for
feel
them?
me?
Yeah.
That's on both. That works on both
Yeah.
ends. Taking some game and flipping it to your advantage for to help your situation.
But
But
see,
if
if
you're
the
gonna
homeless
do that, at
person
least
was
go
doing
back and help the motherfuckers that got you
But
there.
see, but if the homeless person
So
was
now-
doing it, nobody would have listened.
Nobody
They would all
would've
thought he
listened.
was crazy,
Exactly, but he had he
Mhm.
had that platform and that image to get it through. But at least let people know and reciprocate the love back.
Yeah,
That's one of my
that's true.
favorite words today in
Mhm.
2022, and it was in 2021. Reciprocate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, reciprocate, man. A lot of
Exactly.
people sleeping on that that true meaning of that. Yeah,
Mhm.
reciprocate the game. Reciprocate the game.
Reciprocate the game. But the example that I was just talking about was just like say you walking down the street, right? You just walk past the bum, and then you walk past the bum, and just your friends over there, some fly people, you know what I mean, or whatever, people that just look like you, and you go speak to them and don't talk to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
say time go by, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then say some tables turn or whatnot and something, and then you talk to him, and it's just like, damn, you ain't never talked to me before.
Game,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean-
Game might not come dressed up.
Exactly.
That's so true.
Game, exactly.
Game come, yeah. Game might be some you might be like, damn, I'm not really attracted to that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you never know with the person. You just see it from the outside. He could be a bum, but you never know. The
You don't know
motherfucker
what
might
life
have had
experiences
millions or
he had.
billions.
Can't
You
judge
feel
a
me?
book.
And then went to war and then mine fucked up, and the motherfucker get in the bag. You know what I mean? He can go do whatever he want, but he just want to smoke and live and camp out.
Yes,
Chill.
sir.
And get drunk.
He
And
happier
chill.
than ever.
You know, happier than
Living
ever.
his best life.
You know, and chilling, but you know.
That's true, because you don't
You
know.
never
That,
know.
that person probably been through a lot of life
And
experiences.
to tell you something, it probably can help
They
you.
got some wisdom. They done been through some shit, bumped their
Mhm.
head a few times. Like,
Mhm.
they could probably teach you so much.
Off top.
Yeah.
Probably teach you how to save some money, too.
Man, that part right there.
For real, though.
That's deep.
That's deep. That's real.
That's deep because and that's a lot of the youth need to tap into that too, because like you said, like I know it ain't nothing new, but today's in times like the times we in, things can get real superficial.
Man. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People listen to who's shining or who got it
Exactly.
or who popular. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna automatically listen. They gonna think it's game in that area. And you know what I'm
And
saying?
9 times out of
Crowd
10,
chasers.
while you on that, what are those people that you talking about usually pushing? What type of game are they pushing?
Like the get rich quick schemes.
Well, no, just in general, you know, because you like you were just saying like, you know, a lot of the youth look up to, you know, the glitz and the glamours and people that got the status, the people that got whatever, you know, the attention.
Street game.
Exactly, but what are, you know, a lot of people that got the attention, you know, what narrative are they really pushing in their game?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm boggled.
I'm on nothing.
I'm mind boggled right now.
Right. So, you know, pretty much, you know, what I'm saying is, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, the people that you are looking up to, you know, these stars, these people that do have, you know, attention and, you know,
Platforms.
money and platforms and, you know, everything that a kid think they will want, the superficial things, you know. 9 times out of 10, these stars, you know, besides a few of them, you know, they're pushing a narrative, they're pushing a motive that is not, that's not successful to the common person, that is not, you know, applicable, you know, it's really detrimental and deadly. You know what I mean? So that's why I said when I asked you, like, you know, when the youth are looking up to these people and because they got the platforms, because they got the glitz, the gold, the money, you know what I'm saying? The people that got that, 9 times out of 10, what are they pushing? Like, what's their motive? What narrative are they pushing?
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is 9 times out of 10, those people that do have that shine, do have that light, they are pushing a narrative and a motive that is detrimental to the average person.
Yeah. I feel you on that one. Yes, sir.
So, you know, that's why, you know, it's even more, you know,
Shit get tricky.
It get tricky, but it's even more to, like I say, catch them while they're young and really teach them and nourish them while they're young with the game and how to decipher. Like, hey, man, that motherfucker got millions. They living a whole different lifestyle. That's 1 in a million. You know what I mean? This is real life. You know what I mean? This is what happened like that, you know?
It's every day.
You see it, you know, OJ, you know what I mean? You get away with murder. You know what I mean? Get out, you know? You see it all in different races, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, so you know that's it right there. So it's just, you know, you gotta know when to take game and what's good game, what's not game, and when somebody is trying to push their motive on you, a false narrative on you. So you know, you gotta have a strong mind and a strong base to even know to how to decipher a game and know what's good and what's not bad.
That part.
You know what I mean?
That part. On the real. That's deep. Yeah. That's deep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, you know what I mean? That shit. Y'all got anything else? Any last minute kickers? You know, we ain't gonna hold up here all night, you know?
I feel like
elongate nothing.
Yeah.
They always say, like, you know, that, you know, respect your elders and, like, you know, they have wisdom. You have to listen to the older people too, but I like what you said about the older people listening to the young people.
Yeah.
Like, not all the young people.
Yeah.
You know, they might not all
have it all right.
But a lot of them, they smart. They becoming millionaires and billionaires.
Faster than what we did.
At 21, 19.
Exactly. 16, 15, 14,
Like,
10,
That's
9.
crazy. Like, we didn't have access to all the stuff that they have access to, and we couldn't do it as quickly as they're doing it. Like, you can pick up a lot of games from these younger people.
That's why I want to piggyback on that too. That's why it's you know, it's damn near. You know, we needed to do it right now. It's like the young need to tap in with the old, and the old need to tap in with the new,
Bridge that gap.
because we need to bridge that gap, like you're saying, because you got the young that's doing things at an exponential rate, making money at a way exponential rate of what they did back in the day.
Yeah.
But the people back in the day had that game and the knowledge of maybe how to maintain the wealth, how to grow stuff, how to really grow it and make it better than
how to
even
keep
more,
the success,
and how to keep it
Invest
to not go
in,
backwards. You know,
I peep
That's
that
so
even
true.
in the family structure too.
Yeah.
Like you got aunts and great aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
They really they not really tapping in with the younger.
No, they like caught up in their ways or whatever.
Yeah, they
Disconnected, right?
And then the youngers, they kind of like on their phones.
Mm-hmm.
They on their
Doing
phones
their little shit.
and they doing their shit. It's like it need to be a
It ain't no sit down at the
gap
table
bridge.
with the food at with the family table time.
Yeah,
That's a
man.
good question.
You need the youngins need to hear them old school stories.
Exactly, because they still going through the same thing. Still to this day,
it just might be a little
it
different.
just
or
might
look
be a little different.
Yeah.
It might,
It's
know,
the same
but it's the
thing.
same premise of what you done did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That is so
And the family structure, man, it's like, man, like it's like the elders, like, man, the elders is just doing their thing, and then
Exactly.
you know,
when it used to be like, it was a point in time when the elders, the young knew to go ask elders about this and that, what's the remedy?
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? My head, all the, it was, you knew what to do. But now it's like, I'm up,
They'll just Google it real quick.
I was just about to say, let's go Google the motherfucker.
Let's go Google it.
I was somebody grandma put the remedy on there or something.
You
Google it.
You can Google
Yeah.
anything, so, but some things you can't Google.
Right. Some things
Nah.
aren't
And that's real thing.
Googleable.
Some things aren't Googleable.
Mm-mm.
You
Can't
know?
Google experience.
You could Google
Exactly.
it.
Feeling
but
of
it's
experience.
going to give you a very
Exactly.
surface level example.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
You can't Google how anything gonna affect you
Right.
individually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That
Peep
part
the
right
Game.
there. That's what I'm saying. You can't
That was
Google
it right there.
everything,
Yeah.
bro. You can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
So
just
true.
because it did that and happened to them, don't mean that's gonna happen and go your way.
That part.
You know what I mean? A whole nother thing could go happen.
Just like your
Yeah,
fingerprint,
that's crazy.
man. Your fingerprint is your fingerprint.
Exactly. That's
They-
your
they
print. And
copy.
that ain't nobody else.
Yeah.
But you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah. that's deep.
Dang, I'm a person to Google some shit in a minute too.
Exactly.
And then tap back
But
in
I also
on,
got
on-
my game to decipher what I Google.
Exactly.
You know.
yeah,
It's some real shit that your granny or your mama or somebody told you that.
Mm-hmm.
Shit you ain't gonna never see on Google.
yeah,
Or they told you that your whole life growing up, and then you finally go through a life experience where you be like, damn, now I see what they was talking about.
Exactly. But you couldn't Google
Like this
that.
what they meant.
But you couldn't Google that
Mhm.
experience.
You didn't get it then, but you get it now.
Exactly.
You know what I see in the workplace too, and I know a lot of people dealing with this. A lot of our people, melanated people,
Yes, sir.
in the workplace, the work environment, you got the whites.
Mm.
They think they just, and I'm not saying this is just to me. This is just the
You
average.
started.
Yeah.
They feel like they got all the game. They feel like they running the show, or you know what I'm saying, or it's
And at some of our jobs, they are
Yeah.
running the show.
yeah, and it's like it needs to be a dynamic. The dynamic or the narrative need to be changed in the work, the work areas.
I agree with you 100%, bro. And what I'm gonna say on that is this shit. To keep it 100,
Hmm.
shit, they do got this shit.
They got it.
You feel me? They got it.
They controlling it.
They controlling it, nigga. They are.
They feel like
And
they
we need
ain't
to confront it right here up front.
showing up.
They are
And they might give us a
controlling
little
this
bit.
shit.
They might give us this little corner of it to make us think, we doing
Exactly.
something. And they gave us our table. They
Right.
gave us our spot.
Mhm.
But they really got all this over here. Like, they still
Exactly.
maintaining the majority.
And in all actuality, they can learn from us just as well as we can learn from them.
Or even
I
more
mean,
so.
but they already know that. They've been learning from
Don't
us.
get me
You know what I
started.
mean? They've been, that part.
I
Not to
mean-
switch the thing, but it's like, that's real game right there.
Mhm.
What they did was, like, man, you ought to build a car? Oh, that's my fucking smooth, cool, man. Yeah, you did that. How can I capitalize on this? He built the car.
Show me how you built the car. Nobody's going to believe that you actually was the one that built the car.
Nobody believes you built the car, but it's okay.
I'm just going to say I built the car.
You
It's
built the
cool.
car, you know what I mean? So the car's already built. I'm going to
This is my car now.
I'm going to build a assembly line to build the cars.
Damn.
And I'm going to blow up. I didn't make the car. I built the assembly line.
I'm getting
Built the
ownership.
cars.
I'm gonna get ownership.
Yeah, and
Wow.
so what we we complaining about in the work structure and that, it's just like shit. We gotta
think bigger.
I'm at the point right now, and that the game is, it's not even think bigger. It's just me. Think smarter, do better. You know better, do better. You feel me? And since we know better, we need to do better. And if you do know, doing better is shit. Only your own shit.
And I also think
Ownership.
it's also
Point
too
blank.
like not being
Intellectual
scared.
Period.
Not being scared to have ownership. Like
Yeah,
not being scared to make that
jump
step.
off the porch.
Mhm.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you shit, whatever the heck you doing for your current 9 to 5 occupation, however you getting money, and you're working for somebody else that's not yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you can do whatever you're doing currently for yourself. Period.
And that's crazy because
You just have to jump off the porch and want to do it, and want to do it for yourself.
Man.
And once you do it, you're going to have a way better life that you can even imagine. It's just people are programmed and skeptical to like, hey, I don't want to have to run a business and have to rely on myself to get the money to provide myself.
They're too
Yeah, they're
afraid to fail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they rely on the job.
Yeah.
Because I know I go to work, I know I can, as long as I do this shit, I'm gonna get my check and I'm gonna be able to do whatever I need to do.
So enough.
You feel me?
Yeah, that's deep.
But if you do it for yourself, you'll be able to do, not only for you, you'll be able to do 100-fold.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
the
deep.
game right there.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta start stepping up collectively as a melanated people. We gotta start stepping up, like even in the words of the great W.E.B. Du Bois.
I mean, at the end of the day, because I'm talking predominantly to our people, but I also look at the bigger scale.
So
So when you look at the bigger scale, it's like it's really the rich versus the poor. There's a very small, tiny percent of the 1%ers, and shit, everybody else is the poor. You feel me?
the
Middle class,
Exactly.
and shit. The middle class now is the poor too.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
They made shit almost impossible to try to
Exactly.
climb out the barrel. Shit.
I mean, exactly. I mean, like in retrospect, we know if you know where all the money is going,
Mm-hmm.
it's only 10 or 11 families that's getting all this though. Yeah,
Rothschilds type.
There you go, bro. I mean,
Type families,
you ain't got to speak on it, just game. You know what I mean? It's just
Guinea.
exactly. So it's just like if you're in that one in that 10% of the family, then your mindset is different than everybody else. Like then that's when the art of war really start applying. Like shit, you put a whole race, a whole planet against each other, and you got 10 people. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you just make everybody, this class fight this class, this class fight this class, that class fight that class, that class fight this class. But then the reality is really like the amount of money that these 10 to 15 people have compared to the rest of the world is not even fathomable.
That's deep. That's deep.
It's not even fathomable.
And and would you say they holding a lot of game, a lot of information?
Damn right.
Yeah.
They controlling this shit like
They
the
control
Monopoly board.
Yeah.
And the chessboard.
Yeah.
It's strategic.
Yeah.
It's strategic all the way. You get deep. Get real deep. But it's just like, but it only take one event to where like when the masses of people wake up. Like, hey, why are all of us around the world going through the same thing?
Yeah.
You feel me? Everywhere you go, it's some niggas there of all races and they broke and they trying to get out.
Yeah.
You feel me?
All singing the same old song.
Right.
All singing the same tune, but can't get on the same note.
Yeah.
Oh shit! That's some shit that might go over your head.
Hey.
Crazy.
Y'all better keep the
There's
game.
some lines going
Yeah,
I
over
caught
their
that
head.
shit.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
But we ain't
Man.
gonna hold you, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
All singing the
Yeah,
same
man.
tune, but can't get on the same note.
Man, come on, man.
Damn, that was deep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's Dini.
That's deep, but yeah, man. You know, shit. You know, run this episode back. You know, peep this game. You know,
Like,
you
subscribe.
know, like, subscribe, all that. You know, we gonna wrap it up. You know, we gave you a whole bunch of game. You know, we ain't gonna hold y'all too long. So you know, like, subscribe, comment, all of that. Yeah, I mean, it's your boy OC. You know.
I'm Shalise _ with the melanin.
It's Han Squad, and you know we here extracting all the game out of all the situations.
Hey,
You
yes,
know.
sir. Yeah, peep the game. We over and out. Hey.